Hey guys, it's Roscoe on the Space Couch today. Images from Rogue One's upcoming visual story guide leaked online yesterday, briefly, before they were yanked. But obviously loads of people saw it, I've had a look at it as well. So there was lots of information, well probably very little information really, but loads more than we had previously. So there's two new ships have been included in this guide. The U-Wing for the Rebellion and the TIE Striker for the Empire. Yes, I know, yet another letter of the alphabet. It does actually look like a U this time, the U-Wing. It also looks like a cross of multiple different vehicles. There's resemblance to the Snowspeeders of Hoth in there, resemblance to the Jedi Starfighter from the prequel trilogy in there, and it looks like parts of X-Wings have been bolted onto it. It's got very long front wings, as opposed to them going out, they go forward, not to the sides. Fascinating. It looks like an interesting little craft. And so does the TIE Striker. The difference with that is they've done something to the solar panels, some different configuration. I can't remember what it is exactly. Similar to the TIE Interceptor, if you're familiar with that. So I'm hoping we'll get to see our heroes flying these. And you know, we saw Jyn Erso in a TIE pilot's outfit. Maybe she'll be stealing or flying or whatever one of those TIE Strikers. That would be awesome. Now, as well as those ships, there's been more detail on the characters has been released with this leak. On the Rebel side, Diego Luna is playing Captain Cassian Andor, and he's a Rebel officer. Jiang Wen is playing a character called Baze, who's essentially a freelance assassin. Riz Ahmed is also playing a Rebel called Bodhi. Then there's two alien characters called Pow and Bistan. I don't really know how to describe them other than they're about Ewok sized. You know, I hope that's not a terrible disservice to those characters. But on the picture I saw, they're about that kind of a size. So maybe they're like evil, they're not evil Ewoks. I don't know. But yeah, they had that kind of look to them. I'm sure they're not Ewoks at all and will be absolutely kick-ass. Also, Alan Tudyk's CGI motion capture character is called K250, an Imperial Enforcer droid who somehow gets reprogrammed. We'll see how that works out. Now, I'm looking forward to seeing this droid because it's funny. Droids are the things that's like... it's funny how attached you can get to droids. Like, obviously, Force Awakens and BB-8's the new one. It was like, oh my god, it's fantastic. But watching Star Wars Rebels, it was how great Chopper is. And I absolutely love Chopper now. So we shall see if K250, or whatever his nickname is, lives up to that long tradition of excellent droids. And I'm sure that he does. Now, also on the Imperial side... the Grand Admiral, as we thought it was a Ben Mendelsohn character, is called Director Krennic. I assume he's director of Imperial programs, or he's overseeing the final stages of the Death Star construction, what have you. Probably with the rank equivalent to Grand Admiral, or he may be a Grand Admiral, and he's also Director. That's why he's wearing that uniform, maybe. I guess we shall find out. Also, those the Black Stormtroopers, they are confirmed as being Death Troopers. I assume they're an elite force within the Imperial Army. Should be very interested in seeing those kicking ass. No word on the Forrest Whitaker character or the Mads Mikkelsen character. If he is indeed Jyn Erso's father, I don't think he's going to be called something Erso, because she's probably taken a name that has nothing to do with him whatsoever. That's generally how it works in these instances. But we shall find out. Looking forward to that in due course. Now, the provisional cover for the visual guide, it had the characters like in the middle, and the overarching like a Death Star, and also like an outline of Darth Vader, which is fascinating because he's certain his presence is certainly looming over Rogue One and the events in that timeline, and no doubt he will in fact be in it, and he's going to be awesome. There's one thing I saw, you know, in the trailer where it focuses on that Star Destroyer just before you see the dish lowering into place. A lot of people have pointed out, you know, there's a cross in between the two golf balls. That particular configuration is only ever associated with Darth Vader and his ship, the Devastator. I didn't realise that, but I did think it looked a little bit different when I saw it. And having seen other things, other Star Destroyers, both from A New Hope and, say, Rebels, it does look like that is specific to that shit, I think. The older ones from A New Hope don't quite have the same configuration. And the ones in Rebels, I'm uncertain. I think they have got that cross, but it just looks different. It's difficult to tell if that means that it's the Devastator with Vader on it or not. I mean, bear in mind, I think in the Tarkin novel, Vader's kind of a bit out of favour with the Emperor at the moment, having to prove that he's worthy of being a Sith Lord apprentice. You know, so maybe he would only get a standard, as it were, Star Destroyer as his personal ship, as opposed to the Super Star Destroyer he has in Empire and Jedi. We shall see. There's also no word that I could see on the names of any planets. Obviously, Yavin 4 is where the base is, and I assume it is Yavin 4, not somewhere else. That planet with the AT-ATs, I don't know which one that will be. Is that base that we saw, Canary Wharf, Jubilee Line Station, is that on the Death Star, or is that as a base on another planet? Who knows? Fascinating to find out, no doubt. One other thing, there was going to be a prequel 3-issue comic coming out just before Rogue One. Obviously, prequel, lay out the groundwork. That's been cancelled now, apparently. No word on why. It may perhaps get rescheduled. I mean, that kind of happened to the C-3PO one-shot. It was delayed and delayed, getting rewritten, redrawn. It was rescheduled. It was cancelled. It was put back in, and now it has been out. I think that's because when they were doing the film, I assume it would be someone like J.J. Abrams or Kathleen Kennedy would have to sign it off. There probably just wasn't time to say, one-shot C-3PO comic. Let me film this lightsaber fight in the forest first, and then I'll think about it. Could have been something like that. So maybe it's just essentially delayed because they're busy with the actual film. They want to concentrate on that rather than trying to do a prequel to a prequel. We shall see. It'll all come out in due course. There will be comics and novels and toys based on the characters that we're going to see in Rogue One, and they're going to be awesome, I have no doubt. Anyway, guys, that was just a quick update on Rogue One, given that there was a bit of a leak yesterday, for which we're all grateful. I mean, I don't want to know anything about plots in these leaks, but bits of information about the characters and about ships, that's totally fine. It'll be the same for Episode 8. I don't mind seeing photos from the set, like from drone pictures where you see the steps with what looks like a dead force tree or some base and the Millennium Falcon, what have you. That's fine. I don't want to be seeing pictures of characters fighting with lightsabers. I want to see the set photos, so I will have no idea of any of the context when I see the film. Anyway, guys, please subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed this content. Leave me a comment suggesting for a upcoming topic you'd like to see discussed. I like the video.